Good evening.
Good afternoon. No, wait, is it still morning?
Yes, morning here, but isn't it evening over there in Belgium?
It is. It is 6 p.m.
First question. Are Belgian chocolates really the best in the world?
Yes.
That's
That's
what I
an
hear.
easy one.
Okay. And we didn't
I'm
have to
gonna
ask Eric?
I'm gonna send you some for Christmas. I'm gonna send the whole Joy Treb some Belgian chocolate, and then you let me know, okay?
Okay, I'll send you some Norwegian. We'll compare. It's really
Okay.
good. Next time we go there anyway. All right. Hi, Eric, and hi, Emma. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Eric's going, hi, Mama,
I love you. So we're going to talk about two things in two different sessions. One is about, dangerous chemicals in food and personal hair products, but also we're going to interview John Denver. The personal hair products are just kind of short. But anyway, what would you like to do first?
I love you. The same for me, Mama, he says. Just let me know.
All right, let's do the personal hair products. Oh my God. Not hair
Yeah,
products, care products. I need help with my personal hair products, though. I'll tell you that. Okay. Now, I have a lot of questions from blog members on this. People are concerned about the way our food is prepared, the way uh, personal care products are created, and a lot of chemicals are involved, etc. First of all, do you want to talk about it, how this affects us?
He's going, yeah, I want to talk about it because, it is part of our daily routine to ingest all these freaking chemicals
And smear them
who
all
are
over our
just
face and
messing us
stuff.
up. Yes,
Yeah.
they're just messing our whole system up, and people really have no idea what they're injecting themselves to. And, I would have a book this thick. I don't even know if you see my hand, but it's like huge, he says, huge book filled with all these chemicals and what they can do to you and what they can cause you. And, you know, a lot of people ask me, okay, well, if it's everywhere, well, what do we do?
Yeah, because
In the
Eric, I was concerned enough a long time ago when I heard that there's an allowance for how many rat turds can be in cereal or roach legs. It's gross, but chemicals too. Oh boy. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, you're saying, well, the rat legs can actually be more healthier than the chemicals.
Probably true. No, rat turds. Ugh.
Well, not a fun thing to find in your cereal. Is this chocolate? He says.
Yeah. Yummy.
But yeah, there are, there's so many products, he says, that we add to our food, to our washing detergents,
Oh.
to our shower gels, to our shampoos, who are really damaging and can be really toxic for the body, he says. And the only thing I can advise, I'll go over a few main ones just to start in a minute, that something that we find in almost everything that we eat. But just to give you some advice, one of the simplest choices you can make to support your own health is to eat real foods. And what do I mean with real foods? I mean vegetables, I mean meats, and I mean seafood, nuts, seeds, eggs, fruits, uh, raw grass-fed dairy. I mean going back to basic, where we prepare our own meals, where we
Yeah.
buy the vegetable, we give it a really good wash because those pesticides
Yeah.
also contain a lot of chemicals that can cause cancer, that can cause allergy reactions, that can cause skin reactions. So washing it thoroughly or growing it yourself, people, and not using pesticides, it is what you can do best. You cook your own meals again, because all those pre-made foods, you want to cook your pizza, you want to buy a pizza, you make it yourself. It's really not that hard to make
Oh,
the dough.
And Lucas makes some great pizzas, and he grows his own garden. And there's all sorts of natural ways, like putting marigolds around it or some other plants to keep the insects away. So yeah.
bugs away. There's lavender. Bugs don't like lavender. They don't like the smell of it.
Okay.
It keeps them away, for instance. And if you want to get rid of snails, well, just use a little bit of beer. Beer
Yeah.
trap. They're perfect, and they love beer. Unfortunately, they
Uh-oh.
contract then if they do. But it'll keep them away from your veggies. So what we need to really do is really go back to how we used
Okay.
to grow our food. And anyone, even people who don't have a garden, can grow food. You can have pots inside your home where there's a lot of light, where you can grow your own herbs, and you can grow tomatoes, and you can grow whatever you want to grow. Certain things grow everywhere, so it really doesn't need to be limited to people who have big gardens. But the
Right.
main thing is, go back to basic when it comes to food. Buy your own food, prepare it yourself, then you know what you're doing to it. And really going back to the home cooked meals like we
I
used
know.
to a long time ago. And when it comes to the hygiene products, I definitely recommend purchasing anything that is scent free. And I know people are going
Oh,
to be like,
yeah.
oh, without a scent, what the hell? But there are chemicals that they add to our products that they soften plastic, but they also bind chemicals together. And so let's say you have a fabric softener or any kind of detergent or a shower gel, and there is a smell induced into it. In order for the smell to bind itself to the rest of the product, they have to introduce chemicals to create that bonding
Yeah.
process, so the smell stays in it.
Yeah.
And it's that can be really, really toxic for a lot of reasons. Just to give you a hint, he says, of what those, he calls them phthalates or something like that. Not really sure. Phthalates. He says, just to give you a hint of what those, just to, for the scent and the plastic and all of that, to what it does to you, it can cause asthma.
Oh.
He says it can cause breast cancer. It can cause type 2 diabetes. It can cause brain damage. It can cause neurodevelopmental issues. I don't even know if I'm saying that right.
Yeah, you are.
And it can cause. It basically attacks the brain, and it attacks the nervous system.
All for smelling good. I'm telling you.
All because we want to smell good. All because the laundry needs to smell good. And if we would just stick to any kind of product that does not have the scent, and it'll say on there. It'll say on there because some people are really extremely allergic to those chemicals.
All right, let me ask you some questions from this couple of blog members. Hi, Lisa. Let's see. I will ask is there a good way that the male population can counteract the estrogenic effects of some of the chemicals, like that they put in meat and all that kind of stuff? Aside from avoiding plastics and foods with hormones, are there any special herbs to take, or foods, or certain foods that might be beneficial? What can we do about the estrogenic effects of some of our foods? And why do they pump them full of hormones anyway? Just fatten them up, I guess.
Yeah, it's to fatten up the meat faster, so they they can be slaughtered faster.
Okay.
And yeah, it really it creates distortion in the body and in the hormone levels of people. He's going, well, in order to restore it, it's pretty tough to get your body back into the balance. I'm sorry, I keep having this cough, and I have this little tick on my.
What kind of shower gel did you use this morning?
I know. I'm bad on that too. I think I have to look for product free. I don't know. No, but he's saying that in order to reboot the body to to recreate a healthy balance inside the body, the only thing you can do is really go through a detox into your body. And he's saying that it is a reduction of meat, or even an elimination of meat for a good period of time,
Okay.
and introducing a lot of raw foods like celery, nuts. Nuts have very healthy oils that actually are very good and healthy for the body, and it gives the cells an energy,
That's good.
to restore everything. And so that's really the only thing you can do. There's not specific foods where you can say, okay, that'll fix the whole thing,
Yeah.
but it really will take a whole reboot of the
Okay.
system. Now you can go online, he says, or there's even places that you can visit, like holiday resorts, where that you have the option of having a complete restoration of your physical health,
Mm.
and they will give you foods that will completely cleanse everything, and stuff will come out of you that you like, what is that? Because the bowels will be completely cleansed, and it just comes with special diets, special drinks
What a
that they
way
make.
to spend a holiday. Woo.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you feel a whole lot better when you come out of it. It's not painful to do it
Mm-mm.
either. It is just an adjustment of really going back to the raw foods,
Okay.
and really using those foods who can cleanse your system. Garlic is really a good cleanser for the
Oh,
body.
okay.
People next to you won't like it when you use too much garlic.
True.
But you can get them in pills, he says, if you don't want to get the breath thing.
Okay.
But garlic is a cleansing tool. It really purifies the blood flow as well, and
Okay.
it'll help you with releasing blockages in your whole system. So
Plus keeps away vampires, right?
right, and it keeps
So
away vampires,
there
Mom.
we go. All
I
right,
do. You never know with Halloween coming up. You
I
never
know.
know.
Here's another one. My question is, why do we continue to do animal testing on personal care products, and will it ever stop or be banned? Yeah, that's really bothersome. I mean, yeah, maybe a rat wants to look pretty for the homecoming dance, but seriously.
Um, will it ever stop? It will. When Now there's another tricky question. When we become such enlightened beings that we
Yeah.
consider them as equals instead of our, lower than the human race.
I think
As
just
long
don't
as we
buy,
still
just don't
as
buy
long as
any
we have
personal.
that separation, that an animal life is worth
Yeah.
less than a human life. As long as we have that, we will always continue to do those tests.
It's
So
too
will
bad.
that day happen? I'm pretty sure it will. When, that is hard to say. When it comes to the testing on animals, the people who do it with the right intention. They do want to protect people. They do want to make sure that what is going to be sold is not going to create death. However, they are aware of what it can do in the long run to people. They are aware of the chemicals and the effects that it has on the body. But they always work in function of a company. They always work for someone. So although they know that in the long run, if you use too much, if you ingest too much, that it could have effect in the long run, as long as it doesn't kill you right there and then, that's their biggest concern. So
Okay. Well,
um, yeah, they use animals because
yeah,
they're closest to us because we are the same.
yeah, that's too bad. What about sunscreen? I mean, it can prevent skin cancer, but
It
is
has a
it
double
okay?
side.
Yeah.
He's saying it does have a double side. It does prevent skin cancer, but it also prevents vitamin D being absorbed in your body. And so
Okay.
then you have another problem because when the vitamin D level drops inside your system, and vitamin D activates a lot of different components in your body, and you need it for so much that a lack of vitamin D can cause fatigue. It can cause
Cancer.
cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can cause cancer. It can cause a lot of different illnesses. So
So, what do you
it,
recommend?
use a factor that is enough protective, but still not. If you go to the really heavy factors, the heaviest ones, then no sunlight will penetrate your skin, and that's not good either. You need to find an in between, and you need to be responsible enough to say, okay, I'm going to go in the sun for that amount of time and come back in. You need to fluctuate in and out. If you're one of those people who will sunbathe for hours, well, then you're getting yourself in trouble there. But if you
You froze again.
enough vitamin D absorption, but you'll still, you might not get the tan that you want, but you'll still be able to keep it on a healthy level. There needs to be a healthier relationship with the sun, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So that's something
People should
that
be about as tan as you and I, or as you and me.
I don't tan very well because I don't like sitting in the sun very long.
Me neither. I don't either. So, so basically, maybe a scent-free SPF 50. I'm going to hear that anything above 50 doesn't help. What, 30?
I would go to a 30.
Okay, go to 30, but like scent-free, and one that does not test on animals. I mean, you can get personal care products that are not tested on animals. Would that be okay?
Yes, you can. And maybe another advice, especially for children. This is one especially for kids, but for adults as well. Even when it's hot, you can give them a long-sleeved shirt in a very light fabric. But just make sure that it is a dark color. If you wear dark clothes in the sun, it will block the sun, but it'll still allow some sunlight to come through, but you won't burn. If you wear, a lot of people have a tendency in the sun, it's hot, they want to wear white clothing.
Yeah.
But what then doing is you're actually highlighting the energy of the sun onto your skin, and you will burn faster with white clothing.
I think there are clothes that are especially for blocking certain rays, but I can't remember. Can you list some of the chemicals that we should look at the ingredients of the bottles and sprays and stuff that we put in our body that we should avoid? Like,
I think the number one that really is almost in everything nowadays is flavor enhancers. That's the first one, you know. Okay. And what it does is it really and that's in everything, but you know, mostly in you know, those pre-made meals, in potato chips, in meats, and salad dressings,
Twinkies.
It's in everything, pretty much. If it's not a vegetable raw, it's going to be in there. You know, cola and the stuff that we drink as well, all the lemonades, everything.
What about
even our orange juice?
What about artificial sugars, like aspartame? For some reason, I feel like that is linked to brain tumors. I don't know why I think that, but
artificial sweeteners can be damaging. There are a few that are not so damaging as others. The aspartame is the dangerous one, and you'll find that in anything that is diet or sugar-free. If you see that, stay away from that. I know everybody wants to lose some pounds, but if you see that, then the sugar is replaced with aspartame. Now, aspartame, it's a sweet-tasting neurotoxin, and it literally attacks your cells, even your brain cells, creating a toxic cellular overstimulation, he says.
Oh, so I hear that people can gain weight by being on diet drinks. I don't know if that's true. I also heard that when they store these diet drinks in warehouses and they get overheated, that some of the maybe the aspartame gets turned into formaldehyde, which can't be good unless you're dead.
Well, the reason people gain more weight is because they actually consume more of it because they think, it's sugar-free. I can drink as much as I want. So it's actually a psychological thing, something that we just, you know, we think sugar-free, that means it's better for us. So
but if it's zero calories, calories, how can you, like
exactly.
Coke Zero?
So that's what it does. But there's this thing called, he says another one that's very popular in America. I don't know this one. Splenda.
Oh, Splenda. Yeah, okay.
That ring bell. He's saying that one causes inflammatory bowel disease.
Oh, wow.
Because it inactivates the digestive enzymes, and it alters your gut barrier function, and so it can destroy up to 50% of your beneficial gut flora.
Oh, no. What else? So what other ingredients?
Don't do that one, he says. But there's something called stevia. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
That one is the healthier option. If you do want to go calorie free, go with stevia. He says because it's a 0 calorie sweetener. He says, but it's completely natural,
Okay.
completely 100% natural, and it
Good.
comes from the plant. So it is. I'm not going to say there's not. It's not 100% free of toxins, but it is it is definitely 90% the better option than
Okay.
to choose for all the other ones. Now, another one that's really important, and that is in a lot of American foods, especially American foods, and we love our sweets, he
Oh.
says, is high fructose corn syrup.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
That's bad for
it,
the pancreas. Yeah.
right, and a lot of people, it's similar to sugar, he says. And a lot of people think, well, high fructose corn syrup is healthier than sugar, but really it's the other way around. So I
Sucrose
just
is
wanna,
healthier. Okay.
yeah, I wanna get that out of people's heads. It's the other way around.
Okay.
Um, he's saying, how can I explain what the difference is? He's showing me the bow, how it is like being processed. Hold on. Oh, okay. So the fructose takes a lot longer to be digested by the bowel than sugar does.
Okay.
And what it does is it just ends up piling up in your bowel, and it just ends up sitting there for a while, and eventually it ends up damaging your liver in a similar way that alcohol does.
Wow.
Uh,
Okay.
so,
All right. Well, let's go through. We got. I don't want to go too far over, well, over the time at all. But so let's just give me a
oh, just
list of
one
some of
more
the
thing.
things.
I want to say something, Mom. Listen, he
Okay.
says,
Go ahead.
okay, I just want to say something. He's going, this is important, especially for us.
Okay.
The fructose thing, it also directly metabolizes it into fat.
Ooh,
Okay? That
that's
is
not good.
why we have such a high obesity level in the States.
Oh man.
It's
Can you
not
give
because of
me?
sugar. It's because of the high fructose corn syrup.
Can you give me a quick list of maybe 3 or 4 of the worst items that are on our in our shower gel, cosmetics, moisturizers, whatever, anything that we should
Well,
avoid?
maybe one more is for the food is the preservatives because it
Oh yeah.
causes rashes, breathing problems. When it comes to washing products, artificial coloring, a
Okay.
lot of our products have a pink color or a green color, or they try to go with purple. But any kind of artificial coloring is really damaging because it creates hyperactivity. That's why you see so many people or so many children now who have ADHD.
Okay.
It creates hypersensitivity and it causes allergies. That's why the allergy has gone berserk
Okay.
all over the world. Okay. And then, like I say, the phthalates, that's really the biggest one. And that one is caused to so many different disorders that, if you can go back to any kind of products, like I said, without a smell or completely natural, there are bio products out there, people, even in washing detergent, even in shower gels, in shampoos. And these products are created like they were in the old days. They are
Oh,
made with products who are non-toxic to the
okay.
body. So look into that. Anything with the food as well, go with bio products. That means they've not been sprayed with pesticides. That means that
Bioproducts. Okay.
biological products. There are
Okay, what
stores out
about what are you saying? Phthalates or phthalates? What's the first 2 letters?
PHT.
Oh, okay. All right. Um,
Phthalates is
anything else
what it
as far
sounds
as chemicals in cosmetics and washing
like.
things?
They use it in everything.
Okay.
In plastics, so all the toys
Yeah.
have it. Anything
Oh,
that's plastic. They have, it's in body sprays, it's in hair sprays, it's in perfume, it's in cologne, it's in nail polish.
okay.
It is in everything. And it is the most damaging one because it causes so many things. Even autism is one of them as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
autism, we already know that autism has different, can have different um, sources of start. So that's one of them. But the important thing is that these phthalates really they really attack the brain,
Okay.
and we all know if the brain is attacked, everything can happen to your body. So it's
It's what?
when we microwave food, a lot of times we'll put it in a plastic pot,
No.
or whenever we heat something up. Now, whenever you do that, those phthalates, just whatever, phthalates, I probably don't say it right. I don't know how to say it. He says they actually get injected into your food.
So
Your food.
I always microwave things on a paper plate.
That is good, but he says what would be even better because paper plates have glue mixed into them to create your
Oh,
paper
great.
plates.
I was but a
But
lot of the
just
porcelain just
glass.
glass. Yeah. Yeah.
If you have
That'd be better.
glass pots, when you drink out of a cup, when you have you're jogging and, unfortunately, those plastic sippy cups or those plastic bottles, they all have phthalates in it. When we buy water from a store, we think, oh, it's healthy, but those plastic bottles actually toxify the water inside. So if you go for a run, get yourself a good water filter and get yourself those glass ones. There are
Yeah.
glass, cups that you can take with you to, wherever you go.
Oh, that's a good
Use
idea.
that.
Okay, let's go real fast here through these because I want to have time for Johnny, Denver. Okay, generally speaking, would you say that the increase of people getting cancer, especially breast cancer and uterine cancer or other types of diseases, is partially due to the harmful chemicals found in personal care products? Is there a link between those, or are we being too paranoid? Well, you already discussed there. There's even
The
a
answer is
list of these.
yes, but of course it's
Yeah.
not the only factor to getting cancer.
But there is even a list of these dangerous chemicals at an environmental working group, EWG's website, and many other websites claiming that some products are even having a negative effect on the brain and nervous system of our children. Okay, we pretty much answered that.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of harmful chemicals, many companies are lately advertising that their product is paraben free because some research has implied that using personal care products containing parabens can cause breast cancer. Is this true? Can they cause breast cancer or other types
Yes,
of cancer?
that is true. But any type of cancer.
Okay.
And a lot of the baby products now, it'll say on the bottle, paraben free. So anytime you see that, that's always one step in the right direction.
Okay, what about using organic products? That
That's
doesn't
the
necessarily
bio products.
those
That's
are
the
the
bio
bio.
products that I'm talking about. We call
Oh,
that
okay.
bio over here.
Oh,
But yes, or any organic food, any organic, like I said, there are organic shampoos and conditioners and fabric softeners and all of
cool.
that. So
Awesome.
anything like that will be a heck of a lot better than what they recommend to us in the media. He says.
Okay. If
It's
you
a
could
little bit
ban
more expensive, but it's, you have to see it. If you become ill, what will be more expensive then? So
Yeah.
that way.
If you could ban the uses of a certain chemical or types of chemicals found in personal care products today, what would it be? Phthalates, obviously, right?
Yes.
Okay. The cosmetic industry is a multi-million dollar industry which targets mostly women. Women invest a lot of money in makeup, not me, and expensive creams in order to look good and feel good. Past that. Would you say this need is something genetically given more to women than to men, or did society shape women to be such? Oh, I think society.
Well, that's an easy peasy one. So of course, society.
Yeah, yeah, they're rougher on us women, you know? It's like we get
they
old,
they
we look like old
expect it.
hags, but when men get old, they're like so distinguished looking. No fair.
Right.
Anyway,
They just infected the idea and the profile that women need to wear makeup in order to be attractive.
yeah.
So that is brainwashing by government.
That's crazy because look at the peacock. I mean, it's the guy who has to look all colorful, and the girls, they don't need to do
Yeah, in
anything.
nature, it's the other way around, he says. In
Yeah,
nature,
come on.
it's the other way around. It is the men that have to posh themselves up in order to get the woman.
Yeah, they
And
should work for it,
yeah,
man. They have to work for it. Why don't we make our men work for it?
there
I mean,
you
they just
go.
want one thing anyway.
I hardly wear makeup, hardly,
Me
just for the
neither.
interviews. And my other days, I don't wear any
What you
makeup.
see is what you get.
There you go.
Okay, 3 more questions. We are all well aware of pesticides used in food production. Some people even advertise rinsing fruits in lemons before eating it in order to, or advise, rinsing fruits in lemon water before eating it in order to take away the harmful pesticide residue. Seems like a soapy substance would be organic soapy stuff to get the
Well,
residue would be better. Organic fruits and vegetables are, of course, a much better option, but often much more expensive. Would you say pesticide residue on fruits and vegetables is something that has a very bad impact on our health, or are we making a big deal out of it?
no, it does because, like I said, it is a neurotoxic chemical. So it can create brain damage in any way or form.
And it
Wash
probably will not
your,
it doesn't repel mosquitoes. I know that in our own
no,
body. Too bad.
and washing. He says washing your products just with water just ain't gonna do it. Um, Even when you wash it, there's special sprays where you can,
That's right.
there and stuff. That'll help. But what we forget is that actually, let's say if you have a lemon, if you have a banana, anything with a thick peel, the pesticides won't penetrate into the flesh.
Okay.
However, when you have an apple, when you have a pear, anything with a very thin peel, the pesticide actually penetrates into the thing. So even if you peel it, there is still going to be pesticides
So
present in
what should we
your
do?
uh,
I gotta
either
tell my husband to quit
grow
calling
your
me.
own food, yeah, grow your own or organic.
Okay.
The only way to eliminate it.
Uh, but is there something you can wash it with? What's the best thing to wash it with?
Um, he says vinegar and water,
Vinegar. Okay.
a
I have to tell
mixture
my
of vinegar and water.
I have to tell my husband. He keeps calling me. I have to text him. Okay. What's your stand on the use of GMO, genetically modified? What's the O stand for? Anyway, in food production, should GMOs be banned?
It depends on how you look at it, he says, because what that has done now is people are against it. They introduce a lot of fear into this product, and they really want to get rid of this because they feel like they're manipulating things, and that's going to manipulate our body as well.
But manipulating the DNA of an animal should not manipulate our DNA, I don't think. I mean,
Exactly. It really doesn't have an effect on the people who are eating the food.
yeah.
I think, from my perspective, it is a good thing because we can eliminate certain diseases into fruits, and we can actually adjust our food to the conditions it has to grow into. Just look at, if we look at areas like Africa where people have a scarcity of food, if we can manipulate the corn to grow in a very dry environment like that, then these people would have food on a day-to-day basis. These people, we could eliminate, these children who are starving to death, or these farmers who don't know, how to feed their families because the weather is just not that great. So you have to see it from a positive perspective. The problem is we've been attacked. Whatever is weird and whatever is, it's about changing structure of something. For some reason, it introduces fear into people.
Well, it's
And
like,
when
oh
we
my God,
have
I don't want to
fear,
eat a Frankenstein cow or something like that. I think it's like uh, acting almost like a god over these animals.
yeah, but he's saying, if you look at the meat industry nowadays, if you would see what they do to those animals, and if you would see the products they inject them with, they're already changing their structure. They're already changing their DNA just by the chemicals that they inject in these animals. So it doesn't really make much difference.
Okay. All right. Last question. Some research shows eating soy may turn on genes linked to cancer. Many doctors recommend that women who have or are at risk of developing a common form of breast cancer called estrogen receptor positive breast cancer should avoid eating soybean-based foods. Is there really a need to avoid soy? In other words, can it cause cancer?
He says no.
Okay. All right, well, that's
Because
it. Anything else?
soy is actually really healthy. It is a really healthy thing
Yeah,
because it is very natural thing.
and easy to digest. All right, well,
Exactly.
thank you, both of you guys. You guys can go visit Emma at emmanuelmcintosh.com. I will put it on this video. And Emma, do you have anything else you want to say?
The mediumship, the intermediate mediumship class coming up on learnitlive.com. So feel free to sign up for that. And if you've missed the first one, it is recorded, and you can watch the beginner's mediumship class as well to catch up. Other than that, I will be reopening the Ask Erik questions on November 1st. So don't be afraid to check out my website and click on Ask Erik. And yeah, that's it for now, I think.
And it's the first of every month that you have these, because this may be maybe published on you as a YouTube after November 1st. Probably will.
Right. So it is
Yeah.
on the first of every month that I reopen it, because a lot of people ask, or I can see a lot of people giving me messages, when can I, pay for an Ask Erik question? Always on the first of the month, but be quick because they usually get sold out in 10 minutes.
Really?
So keep an eye on the website.
What do you open it up like on midnight Belgian time or something?
I'll usually open it up at 8 p.m. my time.
8
So
p.m.
that's 2 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you and bye. I love you, Erik.
Saying I love you too, Mama.
Bye.
Prepara